This is a bonus episode, which I'm gonna start by introducing all the extra stuff, which they might have shown up in regular episodes, but I'm just gonna collect them all. There's of course the most annoying aid missions of the GTA 3 of the paramedic missions, and they basically follow the exactly same formula, but well, they are slightly less annoying to do, mostly because once you find your patient, despite bleeding quite severely, it runs real nicely, you get extra time. That was like in the Grand Theft Auto 3 as well, which, well, you could say that made a genre. Then there was plenty of clones and everything like that. I think I ranted about that topic a lot, so there's not much to be said about that. But the basic idea is still the same, that fetch patients, and you have to always fetch more and more patients to get to the next level, and once you have gotten enough high level, you get a nice bonus. And annoyingly enough, you can't listen to any musical or anything like that during this mission, so it remains just as obnoxious and unpleasant as before. And to get its completion, you have to do them all in a row, so this is gonna take a long time. Well, but luckily there's the fact that you can use the map, we should say pause menu or how you wanna call it, to check out your locations. So finding the patients and all and general navigation, especially in this mission where speed and navigation is vital importance, especially when the patient numbers start to grow real big, because this car can fit only 3 people in it, 3 patients. And actually, I think about it, that if there was an ambulance of this size, they probably could fit only 2 patients, maybe even just 1. I don't know. It varies. At least 1, maybe 2. Depends on the severity of the injuries or expected injuries. So hard to say. Could this is this in a sense unrealistic, even though realism and video game never fit together? Although, well, hard to say. Yeah, this was the paramedic missions. Just appears just like in Grand Theft Auto 3, with just as annoying thing. Now, around Vice City there are 3 pizza places in total, and they all have this little scooter that you can get into. And getting to the scooter makes you a pizza delivery man. And this is actually this game's way to get yourself a health upgrade, which is a new thing. And this was a new kind of mission. And when you are doing this mission, well, you do it more like a level. It's a level-based thing. That first you have to deliver 1 pizza to client. Then you have to deliver 2 pizzas, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on and so on. Oh yeah, now you just do the side shoot move and you throw the pizza. And luckily the game disables you shooting with your gun sideways when you're doing this mission. Otherwise you would be shooting them to the head when you intend to deliver pizzas, and that wouldn't be too good. But this is one of the new side and many side missions, which also shows that the quite broad trend this game is about to have.
No wasting time this time, pal. Get these delivered nice and hot.
Yeah, and you have a limited time as well. So this is the pizza mission. It keeps going like this and this forever. Scattered around the Vice City area, at least there was at least 2 of these. Are these Top Fun vans that when you get into them, you actually open a remote control race. This one is the remote control race with the airplanes. It's a basic checkpoint race. And I must say that the airplane controls are much better in this one instead of in comparison to Grand Theft Auto 3, where the airplane was just a weird thing which barely was able to hop off the ground. Now this one actually flies very nicely. It's a bit of, you could say, eager turner, but I can really say that this is not a difficult race. It's actually, you practically can't fail this race if you have even a modicum of control about how you do it, and the computer planes are quite slow and badly flown, so you don't need to be a top-rate pilot to get through this, and there's no any sort of time limit for you to break except winning. So this is one of the more simple, much more simple side missions this game has, and of course the fact that we get the next checkpoint, and like in GTA 3, if I remember right, also a ghost of the following one, so you can get some sort of idea about where you are to go, you are to head next. But they do shift in altitude, so as you can see, it's a bit of wobbly flight I'm doing. Very wavy. Up, down, oversteering to one direction and then compensating for the other direction. Not the most elegant flying in any sense, but hey, it's a nice, easy little side mission for you to do, but if I remember right, it didn't also give much rewards. And it's just one lap race, so it doesn't take too long either. I can really say that the Forest City improved at least quality mostly of all these side missions, and definitely the quantity. Yeah, I won it. $100. And yeah, that was one extra activity you can do. There's a car race that you can participate practically every evening, but it's a random which you get. You either get the Destruction Derby, which is this, a race, or a stunt track. This time it happened to become a Destruction Derby. But you don't need to start crashing other cars. Of course you can, but you basically have to grab the checkpoints. Just a bit of explanation of. And if you want to make things faster, you can just start shooting at the other cars as well, just to get them destroyed. And I have to get myself either time ran out or get 2 minutes. And either time runs out or I get the enough mini checkpoints to. And it seems quite random that how they computer cars grab these checkpoints, and you could say that this is I'd say that this is the less annoying form of these. Well, the stunt track is just all about being methodical and patient about how you're gonna approach it, but this one's just all about. But the race is just annoying because, well, it feels like something that the computer just wants you to fail. And in this one it's also quite random that when they start to. And of course, even a slight bump you're gonna get in this race will throw you very much, throws you completely off course to who knows where, the car having a grip of, well, oil on Teflon covered surface, meaning it's slippery as fuck. And well, of course, the real demolition derbies are driven in conditions where... Oh shit, I fail. Oh, mission failed, wasted. Yeah, well, that's one extra mission.
You're nobody.
And of course, you can rob away stores. Just wave your gun at the guy running it, and grab all the money.
This is why I stay inside.
If you steal a taxi, you can just call yourself to have your taxi missions, which are most likely quite obvious. You get a fare, you get a place where to drive them, and you have a timer to actually limit the amount you can use to drive them around, because hey, if they just notice that you are trying to scam them by parking them to some place, they're gonna just walk away. And these are a bit more complex than the ones in Grand Theft Auto 3. Well, the basic idea is still the same, because the trip road places to go are usually further away. It's not just a few street lengths of driving somebody to get a huge chunk of money which you have any use. No, money has value in Grand Theft Autos in Vice City, which is real nice, because hey, if you want to put a mechanic into a game, it should have some sort of relevance to it, not just once in a game. But yeah, drive people to locations, get paid for it. That's tax emissions. On multitude of hidden things in this game, there's these rampages, which I might have already mentioned, but I'm just gonna show how they work. Basically, the idea is that you find gang members. For a strange reason, it spawns Cuban gang members, the places where they shouldn't be, but hey, it just spawns them, and you're gonna kill them with, or cause damage with whatever method you have, and this time it's a chainsaw. It's always different. Yeah, they go down. Chainsaw is very bloody weapon. It's also very fun. It's quite awkward to use, but its awkwardness is more than compensated by its sheer lethality. Not to mention the hilariously brutal roar it makes when you use it. So, yeah, just run towards the whatever pack of whatever dudes you wanna kill, and chainsaw does the rest. Oh yeah, those are rampages. In addition to rampages, there's unique jumps that you have to jump through. If you succeed, you get a nice cut camera move about to show that yeah, you found it. And I had already done that jump with success, so it doesn't show that unique jump passed. The main episodes may have already shown them, but there's also these hidden packages, which in this game do resemble some weird statue of some deity or something, and there's 100 of them. Get them all. You also get some progressive level of rewards, starting from guns to all kinds of vehicles. After 100 packages you found, you can go to the military base and steal the Hunter helicopter, which allows you to do vigilante missions with ridiculous ease, because it flies and it has rockets and a machine gun. So I'm gonna just show you. The vigilante missions work quite differently in comparison to the first Grand Theft Auto 3, as in the enemies appear, or the criminal scum appears more like in groups instead of individuals, and you have to reach a certain level of destruction or killed criminals, so you can actually get the rewards from this one, which is not police bribes. You don't get the rewards from this one, but extra armor. you have lots of armor because of this. Yep, they went one batch. And that's gonna continue until you get to the level 12, in which you, well, yep, like this. It becomes quite easy to hunt down criminals when you can just hover above them and blow their heads off with a huge helicopter. Now, at the northern end of the second island, there's this dirt track with 2 vehicles, which are, of course, one of the off-road races, which are quite simple. Just drive around the track with a provided vehicle, either dirt bike or, which I'd say is one of the most more maneuverable vehicles of the entire game. Although it of course lacks the speed. But it certainly is the most maneuverable motorcycle, so that makes it quite good. Oh yeah, just drive around the dirt track, game takes time, there's no time limit for you to brake, so you can take it as easily as you want. Except you can't leave the vehicle, which might become a bit obnoxious some phase, but generally this is quite simple and easy mission to do. And there's 4 different these kinds of off-road missions scattered around the White City, although 2 of them are at this same location, which makes it easier, so there's practically just 3. And well, these are of course necessary for the 100% completion. Like everything, doing everything in this game is necessary to get that fabled 100%, although this is one of the more easy parts of that long and arduous quest to achieve. Yeah, just drive around the track, achieve something. And these kind of missions were already at Grand Theft Auto 3, although they were much worse in that one. So it's really nice to notice that they toned down the difficulty in this one for this. And finishing the race, actually not yet finished, now I finished it. Yeah, these are also one of the type of extra missions you can do. Now, once Ricardo Diaz has been killed, this bell looking, not the item, it looks more like those kind of helicopters appear. And they also give a certain kind of mission. Yeah. A helicopter race. Although it just measures your time, so it ain't so bad in how can you get further. And of course the fact that this the helicopter called Sparrow resembling Bell 47, actually that's historically very vital, very important helicopter, as it was the first helicopter ever to become in civilian use. Before that, those few helicopters which had been developed and taken to use had been exclusively military use, but Bell 47 became used also by the civilian sector, which of course, and was licensed to Japanese industry, to Kawasaki, who also manufactured them. So this kind of helicopter with this metal strut-like tail and bubble-like canopy is historically very important kind of helicopter. Even though it basically had just perhaps 2 crewmen, pilot, a passenger, and maybe some whatever you might be able to cram into the canopy was there in the space. Yeah, in a sense quite simplistic, but I guess that kind of things are in a sense have their certain kind of, you could say, admiration or charm by being achieved something very complex, which is to say helicopter, which is much more complex machine than in comparison to the airplane. And well, helicopter is much more complex, and when something simple technology achieves complex things, it's always admirable. Oh yeah, but there's few of these kind of missions as well. Yeah, earned $100 from doing that. Not really changed much. Now there's a rifle range, which, well, after getting Phil Cassidy, you have to just shoot the first shooting part, and in this mission, if you manage to score over 45 points, which is most practically done by just focusing on the rear dudes, it is possible to get so faster reloads, and that also is required for the 100% completion. Well, 100% does mean that it's complete. Do everything in the game, which at least I'd say that in this game there's more to be done, and usually it takes much more running around to be done, but it's also, well, 100%ing a game is usually quite a chore, especially even worse if you don't know what you are doing, and especially in this kind of games with big sandbox mode and everything like that. Well, I'm not just trying to philosophize things, and well, it's really good that the game makers make games to have lots of content, but I find it quite annoying that the content would be something that do something perfectly or find something to get the true ending or something, things like that, which are really annoying, can be really annoying, especially if they demand some sort of really difficult racings or fighting or combat parts of the game, so you would achieve that. It's a bit of wobbly part. Yeah, time running out. Oh yeah, that is the way how you get the fast reload. Just managed to shoot off and made a new record. In points, not in hit rate. And there was no text of getting the fast reload because I had already done it, but I forgot to show it. So there it is. One more task. But with Sunshine Autos, you also can be part of Vice Street Racer, which is to say a set of 4 races. There's practically 6 of them, and you can pick any one of them. Let's just pick the shortest one of here. It's something like, it's that kind of system that you pay out, you get I don't remember what was the actual name. Well, so to say, everybody participates, and the one who wins it gets all the participants' money, participation money. So it's that kind of little bet thing, how it works. But well, it ain't particularly, you could say, complex or anything like that. And there's practically also, then there's also the way that you can.
Someone is going to be upset about that.
There's no rules about how dirty you have to fight. You're gonna play. So I'm gonna play real dirty by parking my car in here and taking out my rocket. And I managed to blow up several, or at least a couple of my competitors, and got a bit of head start while doing it. So yeah, cheating is advisable. It might almost be necessary but at least it's advisable. Mostly because, well, the odds are, in a sense, favor computer drivers because they don't have to worry about things you need to worry about. Like, well, crashing into things. But he went into crashing, so causing a bit of chaos at the track at the beginning. Gave me a nice little head start, even though I have to deal with police forces. Yep, like this. Bit of chaos causing, and there's several of these races that you must all get through to get the 100%. Now, the last side mission there is being, of course, the Firemen, and it's also went to the level-based progression of first being just one fire to extinguish, and it takes a little bit while, not just one little dip to extinguish the fire, and once you have extinguished level 1 fire, then you have to extinguish level 2 fire, which has not only a car but also some idiot running around burning for quite long time. How in hell they haven't burned it to death in their car already, which is burning, I do not know, but well. And these missions might also be quite handy source for some hard to find cars you may have. And yeah, just find the car and extinguish it from fire. And that ends this episode video from all the, well, quite much actually no, it doesn't yet. Yeah, well, yeah, it ends the basic video of these extra missions. Oh, damn it.